I think any great idea, no matter how unique, is never truly original. In fact, if something you create has absolutely zero influence from any one person or thought that came before you, it's probably not worth pursuing. So while Michael Scott's blatant plagiarism of the great one, Wayne Gretzky's quote, is over the top and satirical, it indirectly or directly, based on the writer's intent, reveals a crucial aspect of creativity. Let me explain. So in order to prove the point that all unique ideas, thoughts, and creations are a result of influence, let's go through a couple of broad categories to prove to ourselves that this is true. Start with innovative thinking. Perhaps one of the greatest thinkers alive today is Elon Musk. One of his most audacious goals is to create a self-sustaining colony on Mars for humanity. Now, Elon Musk has been quoted saying that the book that has influenced him the most is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Man, I love that book. Tracing backwards, Douglas Adams expressed multiple times his admiration for the great American novelist Kurt Vonnegut. Vonnegut has been quoted to say the classic Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift before him had a major impact on his thinking. I believe we're seeing a trend here. Now let's jump over to another space and enter the realm of music. The old adage that there's no original music left to be written is far from true. The reason this misconception exists, however, is because of the seemingly endless web of influence which transcends genre, instrumentation, and even language. Music, after all, is a language in its own. While not a direct copy or imitation, something that is original will always have elements of its predecessor. How well you can disguise those elements in your creation, well, that's what determines a truly successful work of art. Now, one of the most successful and respected musicians of our generation is composer, engineer, producer, multi-instrumentalist Pharrell Williams. At one point in his career, an estimated 43% of all songs on the radio were produced by the Neptunes, Pharrell's production duo. Now, Pharrell is on record stating that the reason he makes music to this day is because of A Tribe Called Quest, his main influence as musicians. And a lot of people on the surface may think A Tribe Called Quest is a rap group. However, if you listen to their music, the influence of jazz cannot be denied. That rap-jazz fusion is ultimately what differentiated A Tribe Called Quest in a musical sense, enabling their messages on social issues to be so effective. John Mayer was quoted saying something along the lines of his entire existence as an artist and guitar player is defined by his failure to be Jimi Hendrix. The examples are endless, and you don't have to be an artist or a musician or a creator for somebody to influence you. It can be as simple as a quote or an action of some other person in your life to propel you to the place that you were meant to arrive. I've learned that there's a lot of good and a lot of bad in the world, and it's pretty easy to kind of lose your way sometimes. So at times like those, look to somebody who inspires you, or look to somebody who inspired the person who inspires you. While it may seem as if these trailblazers are like these otherworld entities that you can't relate to, just remember, they walk or walked on the same earth as you, and they looked or look up at now the same sky as you do. Well, I hope this message finds you well, and keep being creative, keep trying to be original, and most importantly, keep shredding.